yet again. I messed everything up at the beginning, so we're going to start over again here. I'm trying to get it so that you guys can see me, which I don't think was happening before. All right. Just take it back a little bit. All right. Technical difficulties here. All right. Don't worry, I'm coming. 4, all right. Hopefully that'll work. All right, let's get started here. When you're ready, right? Go further back. Find some place just to have a seat on your mat. Once you guys are all centering, I'll fix this a little bit so that you can see more of me and less of the ceiling. But I want you guys to all get started and then I'll fix it, right? So come to your mat. Now you can either sit up in easy sit like I am right now, if that's comfortable to you. You do that. If you'd rather, you could lie on your back. And just take your first few moments to arrive. Okay? So to get that focus to your breath. Don't try and control your breath just yet. Just get to that place where you can notice your breath and observe your breath. Let it start to take over. Let it bring you just to full presence on your mat, to full focus on your mat. Once we get there, then we can really start to arrive. I'm going to try to play with this a little more. See if I can get it to focus, like I said, more on me, less on the ceiling. That's my goal here. Right? You guys aren't watching right now, right? Because your eyes are closed. You're getting that focus to your breath. That's a little better. Once you feel like you've got that full focus on your breath, then you're going to add that element of control to your breath. You're going to start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Let your breaths become longer, slower, deeper. Inhale, you're pulling that breath all the way down into your belly. As you exhale, you're pushing it all the way out. And that way, we can start to move here in a second with our breath, right? Just with one breath, one movement. We're going to move for the first half of class, right? Stretch it out, open it up. And then for the second half, we're going to take it down, use the bolsters, and just get really comfy and cozy. Take a few more breaths here. Now that I've finally got it all set up, let me see. Nobody's watching. Oh, Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Linda. Hi, Marilee. When you guys are ready, you're going to push yourself up and come up into an easy seated position. So maybe you're already there, maybe you got to roll to one side or the other, push yourself up. Meet me back here in easy sit, doesn't matter which leg is in front right now. Once you settle in, right, now make your spine nice and long. And as we inhale here, you're going to sweep your hands up to the sky. We're just going to take a little twist at first to open up. So you're going to sweep your right hand back behind you. Take your left hand, bring it outside your right knee, and then just take your chin, your gaze, over your right shoulder. And as we inhale here, come back to center. And then as you exhale, take it the other way. Take that left hand back behind you. Take your right hand outside your left knee. Look back over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center here. Take both arms up overhead. Now this time, as you exhale, just fold forward here. Let your hands come forward. Start to open up the hips a little bit. So walk your hands as far forward as you can without your hips coming up off the mat. Maybe let your head drop. Some of you can probably get down to your elbows. Some of you can get down to your head. Maybe all you can do is barely walk your hands an inch forward. It's all good. Take a breath or two here, just feeling those hips open. And then walk it back in. Slowly come up. And then from there, we're going to switch. Right? You're going to bring your other leg in front. Right? Again, just for a breath or two, you're going to sweep your hands up to the sky, turn your palms towards me, and as you exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands in front of you. Start to walk it forward. Maybe let your elbows rest on the mat. If you get down that far, maybe let your head drop. Just keep those hips on the mat. Feel them start to open up. Take 3 more breaths here. Slowly walk it back up here, nice and slow. Now, unwind your legs, right? And just put your feet flat on the ground. So you're in this little hook line position like I am right now. And then all I want you to do here, let both knees just fall over to the right. So now your left cheek is coming a little bit up off the floor. Just plant your right hand next to your right hip. Take your left hand up to the sky and just reach over. And come back up, drop that left hand down. Reach your right hand, reach it over. And let that right hand float back down, bring both feet up. Now you're gonna drop your knees over to the left, right? And then so you're in that little kind of mermaid sit. And then you're gonna put your left hand on the mat by your left hip, reach that right hand up and over. And then switch it out, bring that right hand up, let it come back behind your right hip, take your left hand, reach it up and over. Take that left hand down, pull your knees up to center here. Right, so now we're back in that hook line. Take your left leg and extend it long, right? So your foot pointed towards the front of your mat. You can all see my foot very well right now. It feels like it's the only thing in the frame. It's okay, right? You're gonna take your right leg now, pick it up. So you're just kind of hugging your right knee into your chest. So it looks like this. And then just move that right knee around a little bit, right? It's like when we stir the pot down on our back. We're kind of doing that here. We're just sitting up. Stir that right leg around. It doesn't matter which direction you're going at first, but eventually, when you're hugging your knee in again, take a little pause and then take it the other direction. Stir the other way. Couple stirs here. And then come to a stop. And then from there, you're going to take that right leg, extend it all the way long. Take your left knee, hug it in, pick that left foot up off the ground, and then start to stir with that left knee. Again, it doesn't matter which way you go first. Just do it 3 or 4 times. And then hug that left knee all the way back in. Take a little pause. Stir it the other way. And then come to a stop here. Drop that left foot down. Right, now you're going to come back into that easy sit. So it doesn't matter which leg's in front, right? Before we stand up, right? Now you're just going to take both hands to your knees. We're going to do our cat-cows from right here, right? So usually when we do those cat-cows, we do them from our hands and knees. We're just going to do them from seated right here. So you've got your hands against your knees. As you inhale, you want to pull against your knees. Let your elbows point toward your ribs. Take your chin and your gaze up to the sky. That's your seated cow. And then as you exhale, you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, round your back, hollow out your armpits, send those elbows out to the sides and push down on your knees here. This is your seated cat. All right, so we inhale, pull against the knees, elbows towards the ribs, push your chest through, chin gaze up, seated cow. Exhale, push against the knees, elbows out to the sides, round your back, seated cat. Just do that 3 or 4 more times with your own breath. So you can be going faster or slower than me here. You can be going faster or slower than anybody else in the world, right? I usually say anybody else here, but it's just me here. Right? The whole point is, it doesn't matter how fast or slow you're going. What you're trying to do here is find the rhythm of your breath and match your movements to it. Take a few more rounds. And then we're going to meet back in our just basic easy seated position. All right, now from here, you're going to come around. You're just going to come into a tabletop just for a breath or two. I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can all see. Right, so we're here in tabletop. Once you come into tabletop, now you're going to tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, and come in to your first down dog in the morning. It's going to be our only down dog of the morning, but I want you to take a few breaths here, just because you feel every part of your body in down dog, right? We want to feel our bodies right now just so we can notice what's going on. If you want to walk the dog a little bit, pressing one heel down, then the other, that's fine. If you just want to sway your hips from side to side, that's fine. If you just want to stay still, that's fine. Just make sure you're noticing what's going on with your body, where you're feeling good, where you're not feeling good, and that you're listening to your body as we go through the rest of our practice here. All right, now from here, you're going to bend your knees just slightly, look between your thumbs, just bring your feet forward to your hands. So now you're coming into forward fold. And then you're going to slowly bend your knees just as much as you need to so that your belly touches your upper thighs. Let your head hang heavy. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Make sure there's no creases in the back of your neck. Right, so in that full forward fold. Now I'm going to turn towards the front here. Right, I'm going to take my glasses off because they're going to fall off now. But it gives me a chance to see who's watching. Hopefully you guys are all still hanging out with me. Right, so now we're here in forward fold. We're going to take a half lift to monkey. Pull your shoulders even with your hips. So now your back is flat, the crown of your head is pointed forward. And then as you exhale, fold back down. This time, as we inhale, we're going to take a big reverse swan dive. Come all the way up to standing. Right, so you're coming all the way up now. It's cutting my head off, so I'm going to move a little further back. There we go. All right, so now we're here. Right, what you're going to do here, you're going to let your right arm come down. And as your right arm comes down, sweep it across your body. And you can take your left hand. I like to put my left hand right against my left elbow, or my left hand against my right elbow. That's what I'm doing here. As you pull it across, right, so you feel that little stretch in your shoulder. Some people like to do it elbow to elbow, so it looks like this. Or maybe you're just grabbing on to your right wrist and pulling over, right? Whatever feels good to you. And then from there, you're going to let that right arm come up. Now you're going to grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Just move back further here, right? And then pull that right wrist over to the left side. So you're opening up that right side body. Now as you inhale, you're going to come up again. This time as you exhale, sweep that left hand across your body. And again, you can take your right hand underneath your left elbow, maybe your elbow to elbow, maybe you're grabbing onto that left wrist already, pulling across your body. Then let that left hand come up, right? Keep a hold of that left wrist with the right hand. Pull to the right. So now you're getting that side bend. Inhale, come back up to center. Just press your palms together here. And as you exhale, take a back bend. Push your hips forward. Take your chest and your gaze up. Inhale, stand tall. And then as you exhale, you're going to swan dive all the way back down. In forward fold, belly to the thighs, crown of the head towards the mat. Right, so it's just a little sun salutation for us to do this morning to get our bodies moving, get the blood flowing. We're going to do it 2 more times. Now that you guys have seen it, we'll start to move a little faster. We're going to move with our breath. So we're here in forward fold. Inhale, take your half lift to monkey, shoulders even with the hips, back nice and flat. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up to standing. And then as you exhale, sweep that right hand across your body. Inhale, bring it up. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Pull to the left, so you're opening up the right side body. Come back to center. Now sweep that left hand across your body. And then bring it up. Grab the left wrist with the right hand. Pull to the right, opening the left side. Inhale, come back to center. Just press your palms together. Exhale into your back bend. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, swan dive all the way back down into forward fold. So we're going to take that one more time through. Inhale, take a half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Bring that right hand across your body. And then pull it up to the sky. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Pull it over. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, sweep that left First the right hand, pull it to the right. Inhale back up to center, press your palms together. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, small bend it all the way back down into your forward fold. Take another half of monkey just to reset. Then fold back down. Now this time as you inhale, we're just going to peel up into chair just for a couple breaths. You're going to bend your knees, center up, back and down, right? Reach your hands forward or up if you want to engage your core a little more, or just bring them to heart center. Right, so you're here in your chair, look down, make sure you can see your toes, wiggle your toes. I just want you to stay here for like 2 more breaths. If you can sink your hips just a little bit lower, do that. If you've got your hands at heart center like I am, really press them together, engage them. If you're reaching them forward, really reach those fingertips as much towards the front of the room as you can. You've got them going up to the sky again. Really reach high. Keep that chest open, keep your arms engaged. Take one more deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to straighten your legs, drop your hands down to the mat, belly to the thighs, come to your forward fold. All right, now from your forward fold, come, which way is my right leg? I don't even know, I'm going to come here. Now, you're going to keep your right foot forward. Take a big step back with your left foot. So you're coming into a runner's lunge, and then you're gently going to let that left knee come down to the mat, let your left foot flatten. So your right knee is right over your right ankle, left knee is back behind your left hip. Now we're going to rise up here into kneeling crescent. You're just going to peel your upper body up off the mat. Sweep your hands up to the sky. Swing your pinky fingers in towards each other, look up at them, and then you're going to lean back slightly. Now from here, right, you're going to push your right leg all the way straight. Let your right toes come up to the mat. But then from there, you're going to drop that right hand down. Right? Let your right hand come against your left glute or your left thigh. Maybe you can even reach it all the way down to your left calf or your left heel. Reach your right hand back, look over your right shoulder. Right? So we have to balance a little bit here. Now, we're going to come forward here. You're going to keep that right leg straight. Cartwheel your hands around and just let them land on either side of your right leg. Draping your upper body down, taking that half pyramid here. Keep that right leg straight, keep those toes flipped up. Start to square your hips so that right hip draws forward, that left hip pushes back. Feel that deep stretch in your right hamstring. Now, bend into your right knee here. Bring your right knee over your right ankle again. Your hands are walking forward. Now you're going to plant your right hand on the inside of your left foot and just plant your left hand on the inside of your right foot. Take your left hand up to the sky. So we're twisting here, right? Just a simple twisted lunge. And from your twisted lunge, you're going to push away from the mat with your right hand. Now you're bringing both hands up to the sky. Come back into that kneeling crescent. And this time, from your kneeling crescent, bring your palms together. Pull them to heart center. Right? Just lean back a little bit here, look up. And then as you start to come back up, we're going to twist. And you're just going to bring that right elbow, or left elbow, toward your right knee. Right? So maybe it's resting right on top of your right knee. That's what mine's doing right now. Maybe you hook it to the outside if that's available to you. Right? You don't want your thumbs to be way up here towards your right shoulder to get that elbow hooked. Right? You want to keep your thumbs at heart center. If that doesn't work, right, then just bring that hand up, or you could even just be here with your elbow not on your right knee. Right? Just trying to twist open towards the right side of the room. All right, now from here, untwist, just release your hands, bring them on either side of your right foot. You're going to tuck your left toes under now. Come up off that left knee. Let your left heel drop to the mat. Now as we come up here, right, you're going to push your right leg all the way straight. I'm going to switch legs here just so you guys can see. Right, pretend I'm still on my right leg. Your hips now turn towards the right side of the room. You're going to grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand and pull towards the back of the room. All right, so your right leg is straight, right toes are still pointed at the front of your mat, left toes are pointed to the left. Opening everything up. Now release your hands here, pull them down to heart center. So pull our hands down to heart center. You're going to keep your feet in the exact same position. Just bend into your left knee now and just touch your left elbow to your left knee. It's your little side lunge. Now your hands can come all the way to the mat if you want to make it super deep and let your left heel lift and let your right toes flip up off the mat. That's an option. You don't have to go that deep, right? You can just be here with your hands up and knees slightly bent, whatever feels good to you. Now we're going to take it the other way, right? So again, keep your feet in the same position, but now push your left leg all the way straight. Bend into your right knee. Bring your right elbow toward your right knee. Again, it can land right on the right knee. You can drop your hands down to the inside, flip that heel up and the toes up, or just stay with your feet flat on the ground. And then from there, just let both hands come down inside your right foot. We're going to take a little yogi walk around. That's a quarter turn toward your right knee so that you're back in that full runner's lunge. Once you're here, you're just going to step your left foot forward to meet your right. And we're back in forward fold. Belly touching the upper thighs, head hanging heavy and long. All right, so we're going to do all that again. This time we're going to go on the left side. So you're going to keep your left foot forward. Step your right foot way back behind you, land in runner's lunge, and then just float that right knee down to the mat. Let your right foot flatten. You want your left knee right over your left ankle. Your right knee is back behind your right hip. As we inhale here, we're going to rise up into kneeling crescent, pulling up, reaching up. Again, you can spin your pinky fingers in towards each other. Lean back if that feels good to you, so you feel that opening in the hip flexors while you do it. All right, and then from there, come back up tall. Now we're going to do that funky move here. You're going to push your left leg all the way straight. Let your left toes flip up. And then you're going to let your left hand come down. It comes down to your right glute, right thigh. Maybe if you get it all the way down to your right calf, but you're reaching back with that left hand and you're looking back over your left shoulder. Just a little bit of balance. Then we just cartwheel the hands around. You're going to land with your hands on either side of your left leg and just sink down into that half pyramid here. So you're letting your belly come over your left thigh, nose towards the left knee. Square your hips off here, push that left hip forward, draw that right hip back. And then when you're ready, bend into your left knee. Bring it over your left ankle again. So we're back here. Now, you're going to take that left hand, or right hand, put it on the inside of your left foot. Take your left hand up to the sky. So I'm twisting away from you guys, but you guys see, right? I'm stacking my shoulders and opening my chest towards my left leg. Now let your left hand come back down here. This time as you inhale, you're going to rise back up into that kneeling crescent. You reach your hands up high. Now bring your palms together. Pull them to heart center. We're going to twist to the left. So you're going to bring your right elbow over towards your left knee. Again, maybe it just comes and sets on it like mine's doing right now. Maybe it hooks all the way over. You want to make sure that your thumbs stay at true heart center the whole time, right? So I'm turning towards you guys so you can see. My thumb should always be right here. If I let them come all the way up by my left shoulder, usually means my chest is collapsing towards the ground. You don't want your chest to be towards the ground. You want your chest to be towards the left side of the room. All right, so find that. Take one more breath here. And you're going to untwist. Drop your hands back down on either side of your left foot. Now you're going to tuck those right toes under. Come up off your right knee. Once you're up off your right knee, drop your right heel so it's pointed towards the right side of the room. And then we're going to rise up here. You're going to push your left leg all the way straight as you rise up. Take your hands up to the sky. Right now I have to step back further in. Right? So I'm going to grab a hold of my left wrist and my right hand. Pull towards the back of the room. So you're opening up that whole left side body. So my left toes are still pointed towards the top of the mat. Right toes still pointed to the right. Everything's opening up. From here, bring your hands back up to the sky. And now you're going to pull them to heart center. We're going to take those two Skandasanas here. Right, so as we take our Skandasanas, I'm moving, you don't have to, right? Your feet stay in the exact same position. Right toes pointed to the right, left toes pointed towards the top of the mat. Bend into your right knee first this time. Drop your right elbow towards your right knee. Again, maybe you're here. Maybe you take your hands down. Maybe you take it super deep. Right? Maybe you're one of those people who can have your heel and your toes lifted up and bring your hands to heart center. I can do it, but only for a second. I'm kind of wobbly, and I guarantee you I won't be able to do it on the other side. Right? So you find which version of Skandasana works for you. And then we're going to take it the other way. So we're going to push into that right foot. Those come back up. pointed to the right, and then bend into your left knee. Drop your left elbow towards your left knee. Okay, so now we're taking that Skandasana to the left, and again, you can take it lower if you want to. You don't have to. Just be right here. All good. Now, everybody's going to drop those hands to the inside of your left foot. Take that little yogi walk towards your left foot. Let your right toes lift. And then step your right foot forward to meet your left. Come back into forward fold. Take a half lift here into monkey, shoulders in with the hips. As you exhale, fold back down. I'm going to turn forward again here. You guys stay at the top of your mat. From the top of your mat, in your forward fold, toe your feet out wide. The edges of your mat, turn your heels in and your toes out. And then as you exhale, you're going to drop down into your Malasana, right? So Malasana looks like this. My heels are on the ground, my knees are wide, my hips are dropping. It's not comfortable for everybody, right? If it's not comfortable to you and you have a block, or even on your bolster, your makeshift bolster, right? You can sit down on it. It looks like this. If I was going to do it with the bolster, whatever cushioning you have, right? Then it would look like this. Right? So I want you to find a comfortable place. Now, if you're like, Malasana is not comfortable to me with the block, with the bolster, with anything, then don't do Malasana, right? You all know that. You can drop down all the way to your hips and just bring the soles of your feet together and be in bound ankle. The key here is to open up the hips, and we're doing that in bound ankle. We're definitely doing that if we're in Malasana with the block, with the bolster, or just regular Malasana. Right? But also, while we're here, we want to calm the body down and bring that focus back to our breath. Right? So let your eyes close and start to notice your breath again. Notice if you still have control of your breath. Notice if you still have that focus on your breath. If you lost either of those things while we were flowing, then this is your chance to regain it. Lengthen your breaths again, slow them again, deepen them again, just like we talked about at the beginning of class. Let that breath take over. Couple more breaths here. Ourselves come all the way down to the mat. All right, and we're going to do just a couple gentle core things right here. Right now, you can keep your feet on the ground for this whole thing, right? Or if you want to, you can lift your feet up and come to kind of a boat. What we're going to do is twist here. You're going to bring your hands together. Now I'm twisting just my torso, right? My knees are going to stay right where they are. I'm going to tap my hands to the right, bring them back up, twist my torso, tap my hands to the left, bring it back to center. So you're just going back and forth here. Now you're trying to keep your knees still, right? So you don't want your knees swishing back and forth. You're just moving your torso. So maybe you drop your toes to the mat like I just did here. Maybe you have to have your whole foot flat on the mat. It's fine. The key is to twist your torso from side to side. Right, so I just want you to do that about 3 more times each side. Whether you're lifting your feet, you've got your feet on the ground. Two more. Last one. And then bring it all back to center. All right, now, from here, right, I'm going to turn to the side. I think it's going to be easier. Right, we're going to let ourselves come all the way down to the mat now, where we're going to go for good in a second, right? So come to the top of your mat, reach your arms out long, tuck your chin, round it on down as you come all the way down to the mat. Lift your right leg up and put your right ankle right on top of your left knee. Let your right knee fall open, right? So you're in this little figure 4. And then all we're going to do here, you're going to bring your hands behind your head, touch your fingertips behind your neck. As you're laying back, your elbows are on the ground. I want you to keep those elbows way out to the sides and just lift your head and shoulders up, right? Maybe you can lift really high. Maybe you're barely lifting your head and shoulders up off the mat, right? What I don't those elbows pushing out to the side. So you feel it in your core, right? As you exhale, come back down. Just do that a few more times here. Lifting up, coming down, lifting up, coming down. Just do it twice more. Lift up, bring it back down, lift up, bring it back down. Now once you come back down here, keep your fingertips right where they are. Just switch legs. Drop that left foot or that right foot down. Pick your left foot up, put your left ankle on top of your right knee. So now your left knee is falling out to the side. And just do the same thing here. Lift up. It's a small movement, right? As long as you get your head, your shoulders up off the mat, it's good. You want your chin pointed up towards the ceiling. Again, avoid trying to bring those elbows in to get yourself high. Keep them out to the sides. Do it about 3 more times. Just up, down, up, down. One more time. Up and down. Then let yourself come all the way down. Drop your feet to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest here. Hug them in nice and deep. And just let yourself rock from side to side. Just kind of massaging the spine. Should feel good. We're going to start to shift now into some real restorative poses. Let yourself really get in to the relaxed part of the class, right? So when you're ready, you're going to come up to seated. Take your hands to the crease of your knees. Rock yourself up. Now we're going to come into a deer position here. So that means your right leg is going to come across the mat. So you want your right shin kind of parallel to the front of the mat. You're going to lean to the right a little bit. Doesn't matter if your left cheek comes up to get that right leg down. Then you're going to take your left ankle, right, pull it back. So you want your left knee to come against the inside of your right foot. Does that make sense? All right, so we're here in this deer position, right? So you want then to bring your bolster, your cushion, your blanket, whatever you have, bring it right in front of your right shin, right? So I'm going straight ahead here. And then from there, you're just going to walk it out. And maybe it just looks like this for you. Just walk your hands a little bit out, right? Maybe you can come down to your elbows. Some of you can get all the way out and rest your head down. Doesn't matter if your left hip comes up. That's okay, right? Let that happen. If you want to move your left knee now a little bit away, right, you can adjust your left foot. Maybe your knee comes a little bit away from your right foot. Maybe your left heel comes a little bit away from your left glute, right? Your left leg can adjust. You want to keep that right shin as parallel as you can to the front of the room. Like I said, just letting yourself dive in. You want to find a place where this is relaxing to you. When we do these restorative poses, like I talked about last week, right, the key is that we're relaxed. You don't want to be thinking about how your ankle hurts or how you wish you could move your arm. If you have any of those thoughts, do it right now. Move your arm right now. Find a place where you're not thinking about your arm. Move your ankle. Maybe you need to take something and pad underneath your knee, your ankle. Right? Maybe you need to come up higher. Maybe this is what it has to be for you to be really relaxed. I want you to find that place where you can let yourself just completely relax. We're going to take another minute or so here. Go forward to see. If you're watching, I can't tell if any of you are actually watching now. Try to wave at you. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Christine. Hi, Marilee. Hi, Linda. right? So that means you're gonna keep your legs in the same position, right? But you're gonna move your torso to the outside of your right thigh. So you want your hands in between your right knee and your right hip, right? So again, it doesn't matter what direction you end up facing, right? Maybe your shin can't get that parallel, right? But you're gonna turn your torso towards your right thigh. And then once you get there, again, you can use the bolster, you can use your couch cushion, you can use a blanket, you can use the pillow from your bed, whatever you've got on hand, right? And you're gonna turn your chest all the way towards the right thigh, and then just let yourself rest here. Most of us can get a little lower when we take the twist, right? It's much easier to bring myself all the way down here than when I'm coming straight forward, right? Because it's more about the spine and less about the hips. And most of us have more range of motion here than we do just in the hips. Now, if you want to make this a little more relaxed, you turn your head towards your bent knees. That's what I'm doing right now as I'm looking at you guys. My head's turned towards my bent knees. If you want to make this twist a little bit more intense, you can turn your head away from your bent knees. Okay, so you decide. Be in that twist. Again, you can adjust with your left leg. The left knee has to move away. Maybe the heel has to move away. Maybe it has to come in tighter than it was when you were in the fold. Let yourself just relax into it here. Again, take your first minute or so. Make any of those adjustments you need to make. If something hurts, if something's irritated, right? Make that right. Then settle in. When we do these restorative poses, we want to be completely relaxed, right? It's not something we're trying to endure, like when we're in a strength pose or when we're in a yin pose, the deep stretching poses, right? Here we want to be comfortable. We want to allow the body to fully relax. That's our key. So we're going to take another couple moments here. As you found that perfectly relaxing place, just let yourself melt into it. You don't have to do anything else for these next couple minutes except relax. When you're ready here, you're going to slowly bring it back up. Press your palms into the mat and just bring yourself all the way up. Turn yourself back towards your right shin. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, right? So lean to the right so you can let that left foot come in front of you. Bring that right foot in front of you, and then we're just going to go the other way. So you're going to take that left shin, bring it parallel to the mat, lean way to the left so you can get that left knee down to the ground, and then you're going to pull your right knee back, bring that right knee against the sole of the left foot, right? So as we fold forward here, you want to have your hands in front of your left shin. So that means both hands are in between your left ankle and your left knee, right? And we're walking it forward. So again, if you can use your bolster, you can use a blanket, you can use your couch cushion, bring it in front of you, walk it on forward. Again, maybe you're just here on your elbows, maybe you can get it all the way down to your chest, maybe you just got your palms in front of that shin, all good. If you need to move that right knee away from your left foot, do that. If you need to move that right heel away from your right glute, do that. Right, your right hip is off the mat, your left hip stays on the mat. Right, and again, our left hip's a little tighter for most of us because most of us are right side dominant. It makes our non-dominant hip get a little bit tighter. So if you don't go as deep on this side, that's okay. That's what happens to most people. They can't goes deep on the left side. But there's a lot of reasons why you might have more space on the left side if you're left side dominant, right? Or if you're somebody who does a whole lot of cardio, sometimes your dominant hip gets a little tighter. If you have extra space on this side, take it. Right? Find where you're comfortable, where you can settle in, where you can melt. Right? There's no place here you should be, right? Just where you want to be, where it's comfortable to you. That's what we're trying to do here. Is find a place we want to be so we can relax, melt into the pose. Another minute or so here, once you've settled in. And when you're ready here, slowly come back up. Right, and now we're going to take that twist on this side. So you're going to twist yourself over towards your left leg. Right, and again, now you want to be with your hands in between your left knee and your left hip. Right, turn your torso to the left. And take your bolster, take your cushion, whatever you've got, pull it against your left thigh. Turn that chest totally to the left, and then just let yourself walk forward. Again, here, if you want to keep it a little more relaxed, turn your head toward your bent knees. Right? If you want to make it a little more intense, turn your head away from your bent knees. Or over this way, so I'm just looking for it. Okay, so you decide where you want to be with this. No right, no wrong. Maybe you just want to lay your head flat on the mat. Okay? Maybe you couldn't get all the way down. You're still up on your elbows or your palms. That's okay, right? It's about the twist. Get your chest to face the left side of the room. No matter how far down you did or didn't go. Yourself settle in. Take a few moments here. Back to look at it. When you're ready here, you're going to start to come up, right? Come up to your palms, walk yourself all the way up, turn yourself back towards the front of the room. Right, now we're gonna come around, and you're gonna bring yourself all the way forward, right? And then what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna turn to the side. So I'm gonna have the bolster here, right? Now you guys are just along your mat, right? So you have the bolster with the top at the back of your mat, because you're gonna turn, face the front of your mat. So the bolster's coming right into the small of your back, right? And you're gonna lay yourself down all the way over the bolster. Then from there, bring the soles of your feet together. So you're just coming into a reclining down ankle here, right? And again, if you just have a blanket to lay back on, or a cushion, that's fine. If you're just laying flat on your back, that's fine, right? You're letting your feet come together, letting those knees open up. That's what the important thing is here in this reclining down ankle. Now, if you want more sensation in your legs, pull the heels closer to your body. If you want to back it off a little bit, you push those heels further away. Just find where it feels good to you. You can be doing whatever you want with your hands. Sometimes when we're on the bolster, it's nice just rest them at your sides. If you want to bring them to your belly, you can. If you want to bring them to your legs, you can. Take your arms up overhead. Sometimes that's not as comfortable if you're pumped too far up, right, with the bolster or a cushion. So find your place here. Let yourself sink in. Got a little bit of sensation going here, but it should be relaxing, right? Feel like it's too much sensation in your legs, and push those heels further away from your body. Let them relax a little bit more. It's all about you and what your body needs. Yoga is all about body awareness, about learning to listen to our body and being able to interpret the message that our bodies are sending us. Stay here for another minute or so. You have a chance, again, to fully relax into it. Let that restorative work do its work. Get that body to that complete relaxation state. You're ready here. We're going to come out of this, right? Just bring your knees together. And then just let yourself roll to one side or the other. Just roll right off that bolster. And then you can push yourself up. We can start now to set up for our final pose, our Shavasana. So you can decide how you want to take your Shavasana, right? Maybe you don't want to use the bolsters at all, right? And you just want to lay flat on your back and let your eyes close. Then go for it, right? That's you. Now you can always take the bolster, put it underneath your knees, right? Let yourself come back over. That's a great restorative Shavasana. Sometimes if you have a blanket, you can put the blanket on your head, makes it even more lovely. Maybe you want to stay laying back over the bolster like we just did. Right? You can extend your legs long, bend your knees, right? All sorts of different options, right? I'm just showing you a couple. I want you guys to find a place to go where a place that you love, right? Where you're going to be totally comfortable, where you're going to be able to stay completely still, and where your mind is finally going to be able to go completely quiet. Find that spot. Settle in. Once you're there, let your breath take over again. Now you don't want to control your breath anymore. You want to release that full control of your breath. Let your breath just do what it wants to do. As you're releasing control of the breath, though, keep your full focus on it. Keep noticing it. Keep observing it. Allow it to start to guide you. Allow yourself to start to follow it. Eventually your breath is going to take you somewhere. There's nothing left in your mind but you and your breath. That's where you want to be. That's your true quiet of the mind. Slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that comes with the quiet mind. If you want to here, take your arms up overhead, do a nice full deep body stretch. And from there, just let yourself roll over onto your right side in a fetal position. Take a few breaths there just to reacclimate to our space. The sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. Take as long as you need right here. Then when you're ready, only when you're ready, push yourself up to seated. And we will close here. Let's roll up to seated. We're going to close here just with our two Bhamari breaths and then an Om. The Bhamari breath, we inhale. As we exhale, make that little humming sound in the back of the throat. The Om is the universal syllable, uses all parts of the throat. You can join me in these breaths, or you can just listen. But let's close our eyes here. We'll inhale together. Inhaling again. And then we'll inhale one final time and Om. chest open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this morning. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Now, I will see you all again on Sunday for some slow flow. Tomorrow morning, Liza's going to be here at 9 for her Pilates bar, and then I think Angie's here at 10:30 to do a little yin. And Saturday morning, Kelly will be here to do some more dance. Hopefully you guys dance with her this morning. I just want to let you know, though, I'm going to try tonight to do a little pop-up live. I'm going to use these therapy balls. Right, some of you have done that with me before. We're just going to do some really basic stuff, maybe for not longer than 15 minutes. If you don't have a set of therapy balls, if you have a tennis ball or a golf ball or a lacrosse ball, any round, mostly hard ball will work. You can do this with me. If you want a set of therapy balls and you don't have your own, and some of you have your own, just leave me a message in the comments and I'll get with you. I'll get your address. I have like 8 sets at home. I can drop one off on your doorstep and you can do it with me. These are really great to have for the duration, right? I'll talk about it more later. I was going to talk about it a lot at the beginning, but then I was having all those technical difficulties, so I just wanted to get right to the yoga, so I didn't. I'll put a little post up later too, so you guys can see. But anyway, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you all again, hopefully tonight, but for sure on Sunday. All right, have a good day. Bye.